Alright, finally I got the live stream to go through. I've been struggling with it. YouTube's just not playing nice with me today. I figured I'd do a quick update about how this weekend went. It was the American Killifish Association convention in Columbus, Ohio. I live like 10 minutes away from where they had it at the hotel. It was Embassy Suites. I've never been to their convention before, so I wanted to check it out. And it ended up being a pretty cool weekend. Lucas Bretz, which a lot of you that are my subscribers came from his channel, he was there, and I got to crash his live stream Friday night. The Wi-Fi was non-existent inside the hotel. Even our cell phones wouldn't stream from inside. I couldn't even get on the internet or send text messages out. So it was impossible for him to live stream. It would have been cool if he could have, because there were some really awesome fish there. So we did that Friday night, hung out for a bit after the event. Lightning01 did a super chat to buy us a couple drinks, so we did go to the hotel bar and we had a drink and got to talk about fish tanks and non-aquarium related stuff. Like, it was a good time. It's the first time I've ever met him in person, and he's a good dude. Saturday was more convention things. I caught a couple of the talks. Lucas did go to Hocking Hills, which is a big nature area in southern Ohio. Like, it's really awesome. There's like Old Man Cave. I forget all the other like places there in the park to go to, but it's an awesome nature hike. So he did that during the day, and then stopped by my house on the way back, and he did a live stream from my fish room. Did like a little tour of it in my new rack system. If you haven't checked it out, I got a couple videos on the fish room. I probably need to do an update now that it's been running for a while now, and I haven't had any issues with it, so that's a good thing. Today is Sunday, and the AKA was wrapping up with an auction. And I've never been to a fish auction before. I've been to like a swap meet and at the local club meeting, the cafe. And so I've never been to an auction. So I know from watching Lucas's channel that he's gone to the Killifish. I forget what the name of it is. It slips my mind right now. I want to say like Killifish Carnival or something like that. And he brought back a ton of them. So he was hoping for, cheap killifish this time. And it was like the exact opposite. I got there right when it started, and the very first pair of fish, so 2 fish, I couldn't tell you what species they were, like genus or anything like that, but they went for like $345 for 2 fish. And that was the first bag that hit the floor. And I was like, wow, like, that's a lot of money, especially right off the start. And not everyone was like that, obviously. There were 2, maybe 3 that broke the $300 mark. There was a lot in the $100 range. Twisty rides. Well, I didn't go to Hocking Hills, but Lucas did. So you're lucky that you live down there on that way. But yeah, so the auction, a lot of them were going for over $100. There were a lot in the sub hundreds, $75, $80. And I was personally kind of hoping that there'd be a few like $10, $15 ones. Even though I don't really have tank space, I could make room for 3 more 10 gallons if I needed to. But they just didn't go that cheap. Lucas did get some fish, not as much as I'm sure he wanted to get, but yeah, so it was kind of cool. I bought a T-shirt. They had special T-shirts made for the convention to add to my wall. I think I'm going to do them right here on this wall, go up the wall with my T-shirts that I have. Speaking of that, I forgot to have him sign my LRB shirt I have, but next time I see him. But he was really cool to hang out with, really chill, just like you kind of expect from his videos. And We got to talk a lot about me starting my business, an idea for like a custom product I had. I guess he's got some ideas floating around that he's working on. I don't want to give out any details of what, even though I don't really know all the details at all by any means. But he's got some stuff going on, and I have an idea. I ran it by him. He thought it sounded pretty cool, and it'd be sweet if I can make it come to life, I guess. But yeah, so it's been the convention itself was kind of slow. In his live stream, he talked about how it's an older scene, and that's definitely true. I know on Saturday, Lucas and myself were probably the youngest people there, and I'm 33. And today there was a couple younger people in the crowd, but we really need to get the hobby more involved with the killifish because there's a ton of endangered species or like lines of the killifish. And listening to some of the talks, it's amazing that they're not as popular as I would think they would be after now that I've seen them in person because they're amazing. And I've never seen them in person before until this weekend. And I always just kind of had the mentality of they live a year. Like, do I really want to buy fish, have them live a year and die? Where, it could be some of them are expensive. So it could be, is that investment worth it? But after talking to I'll just call them the old timers, not all of them are like annuals. They don't, they can live many years. And that was something I didn't know. So I learned that. And how many are native to like North America, like here, like in Florida. I saw some from Alabama. Lucas pointed out ones that were from Alaska, and that's stuff I didn't know. And there's some really beautiful ones. But yeah, Twisty Rides auctions. Lucas said that he got his really really cheap, and this one was the exact opposite. But the good thing is usually the auctions are split. X percentage goes to the association, and maybe X percentage goes to the breeder, whoever brought the fish in. I know there's auctions that are full donate, so all proceeds go to like the club or the auction, whoever's doing the auction, the convention place. But yeah, I don't know official numbers. If I had to guess, I mean high thousands. I don't know if it was $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. I mean, I don't know if they broke $10,000, but there was a lot of money moving through, and which is great for them. And they weren't really expecting it to go that well, so I'm really glad it did go well for them. I'm trying to think. Oh, so last night when Lucas was over here, and I was showing him my racks and like ideas I have for the rack system, like how I mentioned I want to automate it further. It isn't integrated with Alexa, so I have an Echo Dot that I can just talk to when I walk into the room. And I need the $1 gallon sale to come back with Petco so I can get more tanks, because I literally bought them out of tanks. That's why the rack's not complete. I have the 10 gallons ready to go, but I need 4 more 20-gallon longs to finish that rack. And then once that's finished, it's time to build another rack. But Lucas hooked me up with, and if you follow his channel, you know what these are. These are those, what he uses on his fry rack, those breeders that he got from, I believe, the university or the research center. And he hooked me up with a lot of these. I don't want to say a lot. Okay, maybe 12 or so. So I'm going to try to build something cool. He said he knew I would do something cool, a cool system with this. I already got some ideas on what to do with these. They're really small. They don't hold a ton, so this will be specifically for my fry, and growing those out. So I'll get creative with it and make sure I put them to good use. So Lucas, thank you again for these. That's awesome. A couple other quick updates while I'm on here. I did get some gravel for the small aquarium for in here, the 4-gallon. I was talking to Lucas about that. I am doing shrimp. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe yellow shrimp. I do have golden back yellows, but I am leaning towards the just regular yellow Neos because they are really bright. And I'm still not sure if I'm going to do like a mixed breed tank where it's like yellows, maybe blue dreams, some reds, and just let them breed and see what they make in that tank. Like, it could be pretty cool. So I might do that. I might mix a couple colors and see what pops out. So I do have the light for it, and I have the substrate, and obviously I have a ton of plants in the fish room that I can pull out of my central system and move over here. So I'm going to get started on that. Luckily, I have tomorrow off for the holiday, and I'm going to start on that tomorrow. I'm going to get the substrate in. I might do a potted substrate with a gravel cap and go from there. And once that's growing and I got the lighting set up how I want it, then I'll go for the stocking. As far as the business, I don't know if I took a video of this. Let me pop you guys off of here and show you what I did. So this wall right here is just for me to start keeping track of inventory. And, everything's a mess. I got my camera set up and all that fun stuff. But I started getting the products in, and I needed some place to put the smaller stuff. And now I got this light, but I needed some place to put the products and keep it organized, because when I get an order in, when I get everything through wholesale, they just throw everything into a box, one big box, and everything's loose. So when I get an order on through my website or through eBay, I have to try to find the product that I'm selling. So the slat board is the idea I came up with, and I really like it. It looks nice. It's not. I was going to use pegboard, but I think the slat board looks a little bit nicer. And if you guys think it looks nicer, let me know. It's not much more expensive than pegboard, and luckily I found it locally, so I didn't have to pay shipping to get it in because it is heavy. But I'm still waiting on more stuff to come in. I did get some random products from companies that I wanted to try to see what the quality was like before I ordered mass. And it's these big filter pads. It's basically a Matin filter. So you guys know what Matin filters are, but these are big sheets. And I got 3 different pore sizes. And I was interested in the very coarse one because I want to build a sump on my 75-gallon tank. It doesn't need a sump. It's doing well on its own, but I just want to build something, and I want to build a sump just to see if I can do it and what I can do as far as being creative with it. And this is one of the things I would want in the sump. So it's very coarse, which is what I want. And I don't like how they shipped it. They basically wadded these all up individually, like as tight as they could, to get it as cheap as possible because they didn't ship it in a box. And the problem is it kind of deformed them to where they're bowed. So I wouldn't be able to resell them like that. I'd have to figure out how to get them to basically flatten out before I could even try to resell them to somebody, because it just doesn't look good. So I need to get in talk with them if I order enough, if they'll actually box them or put them on a pallet and not just crumble them up into a bag. But yeah, so that's about it for right now. More products are coming in. I got a bunch of Fluval lights in, and the website is live. Products, I'm pretty sure, up to date on there. It's 614fish.com, and I also sell on eBay, but I'm trying to get off eBay. It's a hassle with eBay. I'd rather just go straight through my website. But I've been getting some messages through people through here, which is great, and I really appreciate that your guys' input. Whatever you can give me, it goes a long way, so I know what I should do, what I shouldn't do, what people would like. I know with the aquarium heaters was a suggestion. I was going to carry the higher end ones. I really like the digital series from Eheim, and someone said that they just like buying the cheaper ones, and they know that they don't last as long, or supposedly don't last as long. But I talked to Lucas about it, and he was saying that he's had really good luck with those lasting a very long time. So I picked up the Via Aquas, which it's a name brand, so it's not like the eBay brand, but even the eBay brands aren't that bad either nowadays. But I picked up what I thought were the common sizes: the 100 watts, the 200 watts, the 300 watts. Picked up a ton of the fish nets. They're pretty cheap. I think they're like $2 or $3. And I thought it might be something that if it saves you a trip to the store and you're already ordering something from me, you might need a fish net or something, for $3 or whatever. I can throw that in there. But sponge filters. The one I was excited about, I do have mag floats and the specimen containers. I didn't realize how much I would use a specimen container until I got the fish room. And I use it for taking pictures of the shrimp, which I got more pictures that need to be uploaded to the website. And then for shipping, so whenever I ship the shrimp out, I put them in the specimen container so I can keep track of how many I've caught, because they're a pain in the butt to catch out of the tank. And that's something else I need to think about if I want to plant the tanks as heavily as I am, because they like to hide and they're very good at it and it's hard to catch them. So, but yeah, I'm going to keep that it, and try to do I'll do actual videos on the Nanoscape, the 4-gallon, and I'll record that this week and try doing a video release, at least doing the substrate and planting it. But thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Obviously, you can check out Lucas's channel, but if you're watching this, you're probably already subscribed to him. And have a good Memorial Day. Remember what Memorial Day is all about. And I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.